Okay, as we continue to build our little paint program, now we're getting to the fun part, which is actually implementing the mouse, which is kind of the whole key of this whole assignment. It's why it was put in user interaction, because it's supposed to be learn how to use the mouse. What's astonishing about this is that what you'll see is just how simple this really is. So over here we said that we had a mouse handler called click and a mouse handler called drag. So I have to, of course, put that back in here, and maybe I would call it my mouse position, and then I would have drag, and I also have a mouse position. So basically, what do we have to do in these? Well, it's very similar to what we've done before in the mouse functionality, which is the fact that basically we want to make some new variable, like the location. So maybe I'll call it lock for location, is going to equal the mouse position. And we could do that for both of them. Location equals the mouse position. Now location is going to be a global variable, so before I even continue, I probably want to tell it that, hey, this location is something that we need to create globally. That means up here in my global variables, I have to say, okay, I have a location, and the location is going to, remember that location is a two-part thing. It's an x and a y. I can't just write x and y because those aren't defined variables, but what do I want my location to start out at? Do I want it 0, 0? Do I want it halfway on the screen? Something like that. And then when I come down here, so now, well, let's just take a quick look. I've defined my location, my initial location. I've told it what to do with my clicking and my dragging. And then here, instead of drawing it at this place, I want to draw it at this place, at the location. So let's see if that works. Okay, so far so good. Let me just show you one quick thing. What's a little strange is if I just say location like this, oh, it does work. Never mind, it wasn't supposed to work. Okay, so anyway, it now says at the location that I click, draw a small circle. And then when I click, I want to draw a medium circle. Notice what happened right there. The last one I drew became medium, and then every future one becomes medium. And then if I was to say big, the last one I drew just became big, and then other ones become big as I go. So that is one kind of strange thing. If I go back to small again, because you can't see it, but one of these just drew a small circle on where it was located before. So basically, it's almost like these are thinking one step ahead. As soon as I do this, it draws the circle, and it doesn't wait for me. To give another example, when I first run the program, I have a circle right here in the middle. What if I don't want a circle in the middle when I start? Like, what if I want some painting that doesn't require a circle in the middle? What do I do? So we're going to fix that. Before I do that, I should also point out that we implemented the drag at the same time, right? So we can drag a circle around, and so that works as well. Go to medium, the very last circle becomes a medium, and then I can drag a medium around. And this is where you might want to think about making your sizes a bit smaller than what I made mine. So how do we get this so it doesn't draw a circle like right away? That it waits until we've actually clicked. Well, what if we were to make a variable? Excuse me. What if we were to make a variable called clicked, and we said, if clicked is true, then we draw the circle. So now it's only going to draw the circle if we can say clicked is true. Now, one quick thing, if clicked is true, it's the same thing as saying if clicked, so I'm going to just shorten that. So if I have clicked, then I want to draw the circle. So now I run it. Oh, clicked, what's that? It doesn't actually understand what clicked is, so you can't just suddenly come up with something that says clicked. So I need clicked to equal something. So let's go up here to the top and say clicked, and it starts out as false. So now when I run it, okay, so it's not been clicked anymore, so it's not on the screen. Now when I click these, oh, well, now they're not showing up at all. Well, because now that clicked is false. How do we get click to become true? Well, hey, how about this? When I click on my screen, click becomes true. And when I dragged, click also becomes true. And I have to, of course, say I'm changing the value of those, so I have to put it here. So now there's nothing there, but once I click, now something is there. So now when I go to medium, oh no, it still switched my medium over. So that was good for starting off the thing, but click never becomes false now. Once click becomes true, it's always true. So one more little thing here is that once I clicked, let's set click back to false. So it draws the circle and then it turns itself off again. Now I've just changed the value of clicked, so I have to say here, hey, I'm dealing with this global variable as well in the draw statement. So now I click, I say medium, clicked was false, so it didn't draw anything, and now click became true once I click the medium. So now once I click, big, click just became true, so it's waiting for me to click, and then it will actually draw. So that's how you do that. You can just create this quick little Boolean variable that kind of solves the problem for you, and now it works more like a regular program. And the nice thing is, again, drag we just did along with it. Drag and click are really the same thing. Drag just says, okay, as I move my mouse around, keep drawing the circle so it draws it wherever my mouse goes. If I go really fast, it can't really keep up, and it draws dots like that. So you have to kind of make it slow. All right, so that is the mouse functions. And I think, now you can start having fun. You should be able to create your own color buttons. The only thing left that might be a little tricky is what to do with the shapes. So that'll be our final tutorial.